It was my turn to be dipped into the baths, also known as the pools of Lourdes. These waters, supposedly blessed by the apparition of Mary to Saint Bernadette, has healing properties. Feeling the underlying energies of Lourdes, drinking its holy waters, and having this bath was why I was here in Lourdes as a non-Catholic. Of course, the beautiful torchlight procession at night was an additional plus. In this video, besides talking about traditional Catholic beliefs about the Virgin Mary apparition, I will be talking about some lesser-known concepts, including the idea of ley lines, geomagnetic forces, Earth Goddess, and the Divine Feminine when it comes to the Marian phenomenon. Lourdes is one of the hundreds of places all around the world in which Virgin Mary has appeared, and it's probably one of the most famous, together with the Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico City. It's the second most important center of tourism in France, second only to Paris, and the third most important site of international Catholic pilgrimage after Rome and the Holy Land. In 1858, the Virgin Mary appeared 18 times to Bernadette Soubirous, in the Grotto of Massabielle. She was described as being dressed in white, a blue belt and a yellow rose on each foot. The lady also told Bernadette to dig in the ground at a certain spot and to drink from the small spring of water which bubbled up from the ground. People who drink from the spring water reported miraculous cures, including from paralysis, cancers, and even blindness. Bernadette was eventually canonized by the Church and discovered to be incorruptible. Her body does not decompose unlike normal people, which is a sign of sainthood. I will do a future video about the idea of incorruptible saints in the Catholic tradition, so if that is something you are interested in, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Though the lady has shown herself to hundreds of people across different locations throughout the world, there is often a common theme in her appearances. Her message is usually that of repentance, to live more virtuous lives and the importance of prayer, fasting and acts of charity to grow closer to God. Though adults have received visions of her, the visionaries who saw her tend to be dominantly children. Out of hundreds of these manifestations, the Catholic Church currently recognize about 20 to 30 of them as genuine Virgin Mary presences. Besides the mainstream Catholic perspective about Virgin Mary, there have been some intriguing alternative perspectives. For example, it's interesting that the Marian apparitions seem to happen near or close to the ley lines, or where ley lines intersect. To understand more about the concept of ley lines and earth energies, I have attached a link at the right-hand corner to understand more. Lourdes is part of a ley line that runs through the Pyrenees Mountains. Locations on these ley lines may act as gateways to other dimensions, and the Marian apparition may have been a being from an alternate dimension who enters our reality through these portals. These ley lines and earth energies may also have a physical foundation in the form of subterranean water streams or geological fault lines. These streams and fault lines produce zones of elevated electromagnetic activity, which may affect both the nervous system and parts of the brain, which may cause certain susceptible people, for example, children, to have spiritual experiences in these areas. The fact that Bernadette then discovered an underground spring at the area is therefore no mere coincidence. Another interesting idea is that many of these Marian sites are also linked to ancient pagan sites that have a tradition of goddess worship. The Marian apparition could therefore be a manifestation of an archetypal divine feminine figure. Depending on their faith, the witness will then interpret their experience accordingly. For example, in Hinduism, the goddess Devi, often known as the Great Goddess or the Mother Goddess, is considered the manifestation of the divine feminine. Devi has a variety of incarnations in Hindu mythology, including Durga, Kali, and Parvati. These goddesses each stand for a certain component of the divine feminine essence, such as strength, wrath, or nurturing. What is my experience? I felt that the energies I sense there, especially at the grotto area, is that of a female goddess of the area. That will make the Marian apparition more a nature elemental than the Virgin Mary. But of course, that's my interpretation, and that's why I am a non-Catholic. If you enjoyed this video, here is another video you will probably enjoy.